Hello, happy Friday, everyone. Today is the day of Friday. We're just going to be Kellen time today, figuring out what we need to do. Really, before I go to work, that's part of it too. I think the Cowboys stuff you've all talked about. So we're not going to lead with that today. You guys have heard a lot about that. We will talk about it. If you have questions, fire them away in the chat. Fire them away. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, so Mark Cuban going ham on Blue Sky, I see. That's good. Fabricio, what up, what up? Nah, I'm not going to call in sick. It's a fun job. But anyone else, feel free to call in sick. F it Friday. Hello, Jessica. Carrie. Carrie's on a Your Mom thing this week. We'll see what his bid is next week. Just one of the many things to look forward to in these live streams. Happy Friday, Mr. Daniel, King of Kings. Hello, Kat. Hello, hello. Thank you for being here. And more on the way. There's so many more on the way. Yeah, so we will start off. You know what? I haven't done in a long time. Oh, I just thought about this just now. I hope I didn't get rid of something. I'm looking for this little intro that I used to play. We haven't done it in so long. It feels like a good day to do it. What happened to it? What did I name it? We'll see if it plays. Oh yeah. I think we should do a little let's see who else we got here. Oh, he wants to play the car key game. Okay, yeah. I think we should do some world news. World news. World news. Okay. TikTok is banned. According to those in the know, TikTok banned, will be banned if it's not sold by Sunday. And I think you guys know how acquisitions go. Pretty impossible to get that thing sold by Sunday. At least I think. There's a lot of paperwork. So this is 170 million Americans who are on the app. And, I'm not a guy who uses it a lot, but I know many people who do. And I also know people who have helps with their business and things like that. So tricky one here. Is world secure, but the idea is like security threats over everything else. Well, let me go ahead and just say right now, it's not that big of a security threat. And the reason I know this is because I read a piece in Axios today that kind of broke my head a little bit because I didn't know. I just assumed, okay, they're getting our data, they're spying on us. So get this. There's a company called Oracle. You've heard of the tech company Oracle, probably, right? So since 2022, TikTok has routed all U.S. user data through Oracle, which is based in Austin. And the reason it's done that, it's that way is because now, because the user data is gone through Oracle, that prevents American user data from being accessed by ByteDance, which should stop the fear. So an American, in fact, Texas-based company is getting Americans' user data, and they're still going to ban it? I'm not sure that exactly makes a lot of sense to me. And this says, I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid that it's being banned. I don't think it should be banned. There we go. So you're going to hear a lot of things, and it's going to be put broadly. There's going to be a lot of talk about that. That's going to be like, yeah, well, they're going to get all our data in China. Well, the data is going to a Texas-based company. So when the people who are making these decisions, and that includes the Supreme Court, when they say all that, they're kind of lying to you. Now, there's where Fabricio comes in with the power dunk. A 360, a windmill, a haymaker in boxing. That's where that gets a little fudged up for me. Who owns it? Yeah, I don't know who owns the data. Routed all U.S. user data through Oracle to prevent American user data from being accessed by ByteDance. Oracle has spent $1.5 billion on that effort. Jeez. I know Mark Cuban is not a big fan of it. As you can tell, he's been going off on Blue Sky. I'll show you all his tweet. There it is. Or this is on Blue Sky, so it's not a tweet, I guess. Retweeted by the bass player of the Dave Matthews Band, Stefan Lassard, oddly. My one wish for the inauguration is that there's a gift bag under the seats of Bezos, Zuck, Elon with a single embroidered padded knee pad. Need to protect themselves when they're on bended knee kissing the ring. All right. There's a big Zuckerberg presence in the last couple weeks, you guys have noticed. So, interesting. I'm not, sir. I muse it. I'm going to look at it. I did go through and see if I had posted any old TikToks. I was kind of crushing it on TikTok, though, back in the day. I'm not going to log in. No, maybe I will. I'm not going to log in. No, maybe I will. This is a man who knows how to TikTok. I've not done many TikToks. I really haven't. This is good stuff, though. Here's my best one. The one that got the most reaction was a Fox 4 report after the Rangers won the World Series. And I'll show it to you when I hit the share screen. Oh, you guys can see it. Okay, good. You guys were hearing a lot of, we want Houston cheers. Well, out here, outside Globe Life Field, we're hearing screams, chants, and also a whole lot of sweep chants. We even saw some brooms, some fans brought. What? Hey, Mike and Sam, I know you guys were hearing a lot of, we want Houston cheers. Well, out here, outside Globe Life Field, we're hearing screams, chants, and also a whole lot of sweep chants. We even saw some brooms. Some fans brought some brooms. And those brooms, they went really well with the red towels that everybody got. Inside the stadium, we saw so many people. We saw those home runs, or the pitcher was just excellent. The starter. Watch this guy come in at the end. Raising the red towels. Yeah, we're gritty and we're doing stuff. Watch this guy come in at the very end. Right. You'll know it when you see it. Right here. So, yeah. There you go. Other TikToks that I've done. This one scored well. When the Mavs lost. Oh, no. No.
And now we close.
No.
Butterfly in the sky.
I can go twice as high. Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow.
Pretty good trend. See, TikTok's not all bad. A lot of people are losing their job. Like they have businesses that they use it to promote it. Uh-oh. There's me and a guy we're fighting on Twitter. Hell yeah. That's a thing. We aren't fighting. We're just talking. Sometimes I'm a dick. So on Twitter. So you really not in real life. But sometimes hey. Welcome back. Yeah, we used to do a ton. I used to have the account. I don't know if I have it. Y'all want to see the fight that me and this guy had on Twitter? I don't know. Well, let's see what happened. What were we fighting about? We're going to talk about Kellen for a minute, anyways. It'll be good. Let's go to my replies, and I'll be able to find this. We weren't fighting. Are you GC? Is that you? Yeah, and I thought it was bullshit, honestly. I didn't understand why UT gets all that. He didn't even go there. He's from Canada. Bye, Kat. Thank you for joining us. See, Java John knows. Java John. I mean, the best word of mouth for Java John was getting tons of followers on TikTok. And when we were doing live spots for Java John, back on the Freak, we were, like promoting his TikTok to go watch that too, because he had thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers. I don't know how many followers you had, Java John, but it was a bunch. It was really impressive. And it hurts people like you who are trying to just make their way in the world. Chasing a dream out here, can't promote it on a popular social media channel. You can do it on the other ones too, but it's just, yeah, that part of it sucks. But, people wiser than me, I don't know. What I don't like is it feels like there's political games involved. And I like board games. I like sports games. I'm good for a mind game. Political games, I'm out. Here's our world news. Let's go to sports. I think I have it over here. Let me see if it's this one. No, that's not it. Hold on a second, guys. I just have to. There it is.
Reach down and grab a couple of plump tomatoes. It's time for sports ketchup. Ketchup on sports, sports ketchup. Ketchup on sports.
Sports. We'll start with Kellen. The reason we're talking about Kellen is because me and a guy in the chat here, my guy Jerry. Jerry? Yeah, Jerry. 325K for Java John. Look at that. Damn. Java John was getting those followers on TikTok. If only the Freak were able to get that many followers on TikTok. That would have been something. All right, so here's me and Jerry's fight. Fight from earlier on Twitter. Okay, so our friend Jory for the USA Today did a good story on Kellen about how people talk about how impressive he is and all that stuff. All right. Jerry said he's literally zero appeal. Jerry will try to package him as Peyton 2.0 when in reality he's Jason Garrett Light. And I said, you think Kellen is Garrett Light? The Kellen offense was far more explosive and interesting than it ever was with Garrett. Jerry says, very much so. Kellen's offense consistently struggled against good teams. Always looked flummoxed in close games. Same with the Chargers, and he hasn't pulled up any trees in Philly.
We've seen Dak in that offense for 7 years, and it didn't work. Try something different, otherwise, what's the point?
I said, maybe let him have the offense and not have Mike standing over him.
I'd also say Dak's best year came under Mike, post more. I don't especially rate Dak, but for all those who talk about the heroic second in the MVP season, remember it was Mike as OC.
I agree with that one, but explain the first half of this year. Also, Dak's worst play.
Explain Dak in 1920 before he got hurt against the Niners in 22-23 playoffs. Herbert this year to last year. Hurts interception compared to now. I'd rather have Witten. At least he'd practice leadership and might hire defense coordinators. Not that he's a good option either.
I think what Jerry and I end up agreeing on through all of this is that we kind of agree that we really don't want any of these guys. Oh, in Ireland. All right. Well, good day, mate. You know what? For you, hold on. Hold on. For you, Jerry. Catch your lucky charms. I think where we are at a disconnect in this fight is, with what Kellen did. Kellen's not my first choice. There's 90 different ways to talk about this, and one of those ways to talk about it is what's realistic and what's not realistic. Like, what's Jerry gonna do or not? And we can all probably disagree on that. I do think, and I've said this a lot, so I apologize for all our people who listen a lot. Mike has been let off the hook by everyone's frustration with Jerry. Like, Mike didn't have to have the most penalized team in the league this year. Like, he could have coached better. So that is where I kind of end up falling on this, and I get a little frustrated by it because he had 5 years and it didn't get done. And there's always, in everything, more than one person to blame in pretty much everything. So, thank you, Jerry. You're a beast. And I think what I'm noticing though, and I understand it because I don't want it either. I don't want Kellen. I'm very clear about that. I don't want Kellen. I do think Kellen makes sense from the Dak investment standpoint. But Kellen, what I didn't understand is even when Kellen left, this he sucks type thing that Cowboys fans were giving that was really based in frustration out of the team not getting the job done. When you look at it year over year, Kellen's stats are pretty good. Charger situation was bad. He went to a bad situation. By the way, McCarthy, I was reminded of this. I knew this happened, but I was reminded of this morning by Bobby Belt, or yesterday or last night by Bobby Belt, because he had a point. McCarthy did something really shitty to Kellen, and Kellen was going to come back, and then he left because it was just better for him to get out, not to go to a better situation. The Chargers were not a better situation. I think the thing I want to get to here, I hope I can find it, because Bobby was basically it's a clip where McCarthy, after being told he could come back, or after being told he would come back, McCarthy basically said he wasn't. So here, this is my yeah. Guys, Dave Hellman, Bobby Belt, big Cowboy people here. And this is where I think it kind of gets interesting. I'm going to show you guys this. Here we go. Dave Hellman's point was, it's pretty weird the Cowboys like Kellen enough to potentially make him their head coach, but they were willing to show him the door because Mike wanted to call plays in 2023. Am I crazy, or is that crazy? Or maybe Bobby says, or maybe Kellen said, yeah, I'm done with this, and they sold it as something they wanted. And I've heard that too. Like, I didn't hear that from Bobby either, but I had heard that from multiple people that Kellen said, I'm getting out of here. So Good point. So here is what happened. So, and we don't even have to speculate on this. We know this what happened. Kellen was told by the front office he could come back, and the head coach told everyone this.
Can you say with some clarity that if Kellen Moore is available to you, that is to say he doesn't get a head coaching job, that he's back as your offensive coordinator?
I know. I really don't want to play this game, today. It's been a long couple of days. So Kellen Moore, and just like the rest of the coaches, will be evaluated. Every coach will be evaluated. So the evaluation just, it takes more than one day.
The problem really through all this is if the Cowboys lose that game to the Packers 24-17 or whatever, Dan Quinn is your head coach. Kellen Moore is your offense coordinator. You don't lose anything. But because it was 48-32, it was really easy to put a lot of that on the defense and say that the defense was. And because Mike McCarthy essentially was blocking Dan Quinn from being the head coach of the Cowboys, because Dan Quinn could go interview for an elevated job. You can't hold someone back from a lateral job. So that's where I think we have to look at where things were going there. You don't lose Dan Quinn. And I don't think Dan Quinn's like that great of a head coach. You don't lose Dan Quinn or Kellen if you just do things right then. I don't know. I guess Kellen was already gone, though, in the playoff game. So let me just go back here. Let me go back because that was 2 years ago. So in that situation, I guess you're going to lose Kellen either way. McCarthy calling plays. Maybe Kellen comes back after the 1 year with the Chargers. Very confusing. I don't know. Don't care. The other thing I'll say is when Dan Quinn did his introductory press conference, Dan Campbell, did his introductory press conference with the Lions, and he talked about eating kneecaps. A lot of people just called him a meathead clown show caveman, and they went like 1-8, I think was their start with him.
I wanted this job bad because I felt like I knew this community. I played here. All right. Here's what I know. Just as an overall philosophy, you're going to say, well, what's this team going to be? What's it not going to be? Here's what I know. All right. I know that Detroit's made up of great people, some really good people. All right. This community is strong. This place has been kicked. It's been battered. It's been bruised. And I can sit up here and give you coach speak all day long. I can give you, hey, we're going to win this many games. I can't. None of that matters, and you guys don't want to hear it anyway. You've had enough of that shit. So excuse my language. All right. Here's what I do know is that this team is going to take on the identity of this city. All right. And the city's been down, and it found a way to get up. All right. It's found a way to overcome adversity. All right. And so this team's going to be built on, we're going to kick you in the teeth. All right. And when you punch us back, we're going to smile at you. And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off. All right. And we're going to stand up. And then it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down. All right. And on the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap and we're going to get up. And then it's going to take 3 shots to get us down. And when we do, we're going to take another hunk out of you. Before long, we're going to be the last one standing.
The last one standing. That's the big thing. Now, all that happens. Do you guys think the comments were good? The comments were so bad on that they're turned off. So after that, the perception of Dan Campbell was, oh, gosh, here's a meathead caveman, because they did not go win games immediately. And I think we're seeing a reverse syndrome of that with Kellen, because Kellen has his mouth open a lot. And because Kellen is a calm guy, everyone thinks that he is not a leader. And I don't know. You got to ask tons of players what they think about that. I know Dak has said before in an interview or multiple interviews, Kellen is not what the media thinks he is. Just like Dan Campbell is not what the media thinks he is. Jared Goff had a comment and an article in The Athletic the other day that's a really good read on Dan Campbell and about how smart he is and about how he will stop Ben Johnson in meetings sometimes if he sees something and will ask these questions on the spot. And they're like really good, smart football questions. Dan Campbell is not all caveman, meathead guy. He looks like that. Mike McCarthy is not a lazy head coach because he's a fat guy. Now, I do think Mike could do more. Trust me. I thought he could have done more. But my point in all this is like, you can judging these guys based on like what they look like is not great. It's not that's not the way to do this. And we need we need to find out more about Kellen. Right? We know who Dion is. It's Dion. It's a huge name. Witten, I think we have an idea, but the idea that Witten has 0 NFL head coaching experience scares the bejesus out of me. So, you have a lot of things to think about. This is why I think Kellen is a serious candidate, though, and has been. And will be for the other teams, too. He's a serious candidate because he's probably not everything everyone thinks he is. We're just assuming that because of what he looks like and because he's short, because he didn't throw the ball far. And there's a lot of people have put that out there. A lot of people have been saying things like that. But also, he might not have that too. Like, I'm not saying he does. I just don't know. I don't know. It also does help if you're the Lions to have value. Yeah, it's like Jerry's pointing out. You have a bunch of first-round picks. That's great, So do something fun, and then we'll do Bandle and get on out. Snowplow naming contest in Lincoln, Nebraska. I think he's taking interviews with a couple other teams, I believe. I think the Jaguars, right? Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, Kellen Moore is interviewed with he's interviewing for the Jaguars job today, the Cowboys job today. He's interviewing for the Saints job tomorrow. So yeah. He's gonna be a head coach one day. He'll get a shot. And then if he's got a good situation, it'll go well. If he's got a bad situation, it'll go terribly. I mean, I just told you that he's got these other teams, Jaguar Saints. It's all happening, man. Let's get out of sports. We'll call this wacky news. Snowplow naming competition in Lincoln, Nebraska. Out of 25 finalists, the public voted on, a snowplow, naming it. The winning names were the Big Leplowski, Sleetwood Mac, Buenos Noches, Han Snowlow, Plowabunga. I like that. I like that a lot. Plowabunga, dude. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Last one, Christina. Sled Zeppelin. Good job, Lincoln, Nebraska. What a terrible time of year to live in Lincoln, Nebraska. Ugh. Doesn't that sound terrible? Let's bandle up. Share screen, Vandal time. Let's get it going. No, thank you. 2013. Get lucky. Right? We all agree on that, right? Daft Punk, Get Lucky. Yes, sir. 1 pointer. Look at us getting back in the mix, trying to chase the twofers. Let's go. Happy Friday, everybody. We'll send you out with, let's see. I'll find something here. We'll send you out with the Texans play the Chiefs tomorrow. I kind of can't believe the Texans are still in. I have a drop interview with a Texan blogger. Maybe we'll do that. Let's see if that works. I'm trying to load it, guys. Sorry. Oh no. Well, maybe we won't do that. It's good while it lasted. I don't have it. Let's just replay McCarthy's intro press conference.
Need to confess. I mean, I told Jerry I watched every play of the 2019 season, but I wanted the job. Need to confess. I mean, I told Jerry I watched every play of the 2019 season, but I wanted the job. So I haven't watched every play of the season, but it was just. I mean, you do what you got to do, right? But
Oh boy, that's fun, isn't it? Thank you all for being here. Good job, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you to Jerry today. Salute to you, buddy. Always good for the discourse. Love it. Thank you, Manny, for supporting the show. 3 to 6. If you happen to be off on Monday, we'll be at the Dave and Buster's in Dallas 3 to 6. They're making us work on Monday. It's all right, though. Dave and Buster's, Dallas 3 to 6 on Monday. Today, though, 3 to 6 in studio. We'll see what everyone's having. Goodbye, everyone. Have a great weekend. Good playoff weekend. Get my picks in here. I think the Chiefs will beat the Texans. I think the Lions will beat the Commanders. No shock there. I think it's the year of the Ravens. Ravens over Bills. I'll call them in the late game on Sunday. And then I actually think the Rams are going to upset the Eagles and Kellen Moore. I think that's going to speed up. I think people are going to blame Kellen for the Eagles' loss, and Jerry will still hire him. So there is that. Love all of you. Thank you for hanging. And have a great day. Have a great day. Goodbye.